Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul. You're watching me on my YouTube channel, my talk show. And if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I always try to boost up your self-confidence and your knowledge because it is essential that in this information age, if you are not keeping yourself updated with the latest technologies and development, you will be left behind. And it is essential if you want to make better livelihood, if you want to be competent in this mad scramble, because we have conditioned our world to have monetary value, then only you will be giving certain reverence or any kind of unique distinguished recognition. If you want to find that kind of recognition, you have to be competent in this scramble. That is why I always try to improve you. And it is essential. If we have gotten certain incarnation in this human form and we have got this intelligence which is bestowed upon us by the universe, because every intellectual being, I measure intelligence of them in terms of grant, because universe grant you the real knowledge, the real facilities that you have, because most of the things in your life are given to you because of your parenting or the environment that you are born in. So very few things in your hand. When you get in your adult sense, when you really work for yourself, then only the commands goes into your hand. Otherwise, where you have been born in which kind of families, if you are born in poor families, it will be difficult for you for initial 18 years, to live a lavish life. You cannot live that life because you have not been bestowed upon. And the same thing happens with the intelligence. I know exactly that when you find better opportunities, when everything is aligned with your perspective and you become better, it is actually a facility from the universe. Yeah, you might say that it would not be true in your cognitive ability, but cognitive ability and rationalization has a limit, and sometimes we have to think that earth and universe is older than ourselves. We are part of it and we are a mere reflection of the universe. That is what we have to understand. The intelligence that we have got is because of the universe that has bestowed upon us. And sometimes if the link gets severed, because of the persons or entities who favor us, who have helped us, when the link gets severed, we don't find intellectual ability or intuitive ability and discernment ability. I think that it is time for repentance, and we have, because we must pay gratitude to all those who have made our life better or somehow helped us in our bad time. Later they may be moved on, because everyone has their life, everyone has their problems, and protecting your own memory, protecting your own life, and protecting your own integrity and your recognition is important. Wherever you are, if you are taking certain pragmatic steps and practical steps, it could be tolerable, it is okay, it is maybe practical, but it is essential to protect your identity, to give yourself certain time to evolve, and that is why we expect, because you have to forge and foster relationship all the time if you want to be surviving in this world, or if you want to foster a good business. It is essential that you first of all foster better relationship, your network. If you will have better relationship, because we are human entities, I know exactly that if you will be isolated and you will be reclusive for your whole life, you cannot live a normal life. It won't be better for you, because we are humans and we crave relationship, we crave someone in our life. It is our need. It sometimes happens, because the conditions that has happened in our world, we have conditioned this world with certain dogmatic principles. Then we have to live in that very made framework, we have to live in that very architecture, and that is why we need certain hands, certain helping hands in our life. We are dependent somehow on certain resources and relationships as well, so we cannot deny that. I just want to tell you that each and every time, whatever intellectual ability you have got in this human form, use that. Nowadays people are using it very, very subtly. The world is going towards artificial intelligence, general artificial intelligence as well. So the world is improving. We are living in an information age where information processing is helping millions of people. most of the industries, are trying to work on information. Even the manufacturing sector is not far behind. They're using their data, their customer data, to identify their prospective customers. They are identifying their prospects. It is true, it is reality. They are using their database what could be the real changes in, even in marketing strategies, and in preaching all their products. Preaching all their products with certain information is important, and that is what they are doing. They're playing with informations they have need, and we also need that kind of technologies where everything gets automated with the help of AI. It has a brain nowadays because of the AI. It can think, it can process, it can give you opportunity to interact with it in real time, and that is what is transforming the world. And the world will witness a huge change in upcoming 5 years. Every technology that you are witnessing today is going to be transformed in upcoming years, and your compatibility is important. Your competent attitude will prove that you will be someone who can have access to all these technologies. I'm telling you, because if you will not be unique, if you will not be harnessing your skills, honing your skills today, especially for AI, then it will be difficult for you to live a lavish life or any kind of a standard life. Because many people, you won't even believe that how much AI has impacted the industries and people around. We are in a different industry, not in software companies, but we know exactly that products that are being sold out, especially made of AI agents, their workflow, their templates that are being sold, which even you general people don't know in India especially. But most of the people who are in tech savvy, who know exactly what is happening in the market, they are witnessing that how fastly AI workflows and AI technologies, their templates are being sold. Especially, you would have seen that end technology where you can build AI agents easily, without much more complex coding knowledge. You can build their architecture. You have input, you have output in terms of diagrams. You have AI agents, and with the help of brain and memory and for four functional tools, you can easily build AI agents which can solve your real life problem. And it is becoming complex by adding more tools to it, more memory to it, and even you can access it with your vocal cords, with your sound inputs, vocal inputs. So they are integrating all together. They are solving your real life problems. Your business are being customized, and accordingly products are being developed. They are being sold 1,000 times online. So you will see that everything is changing. Whatever industry you are looking for, especially in this information age, even if you are building and manufacturing product and selling that, you will need these things in your life to automate your process, to bring it online, to scale it up. If you want to scale your business, you will need all this knowledge, and especially all the CEO and the directors, they are needed to understand exactly that how they can drive their markets, how they can scale it up in this AI and new information age that we are moving towards. And that is why it is essential that we keep ourselves updated in this technological era. At least we should have certain glimpses of that. If you have a glimpse of that, and later, if you have certain information of that, later on when you get that opportunity, you can utilize all these things. From little scratch, everyone learns. Especially everybody used to be novice, everybody used to be beginner. Later on, what happens, that they learn certain things. They're ardent, their passion drives them, and they accumulate and assimilate knowledge. They become professional, then they become expert of that. That is what is transforming lives, and that is where we have to click. We have to cling on these kind of opportunities, because we cannot be left behind. And that is why today I'm trying to make you understand, whatever happens around you, try to learn this little bit, about AI tools. You could not have much more time, but at least keeping abreast of the informations that are coming towards you will certainly help you in long time. That is what I want to foster today. I want to tell you exactly that the world is changing, and if we are not changing along with the world, then we are making a mistake today. We cannot make these mistakes. We have to be someone who can be aware of his qualities. Honing our skills is our responsibility. Somehow we are losing the track, because we are living all these traits, which can make us better. Because if you leave one by one everything, if you will not be passionate, if you will not have a strong attitude, if you will not have inquisitive mind, you will certainly be left behind. I'm telling you today, you know, even if you are becoming older, if you're not using a hi-fi, Android mobile, then most of the peoples are left behind. They are in their old age, they are living the world that could be true for them. But if you are in your 30s, 40s, or 50s even, it is your responsibility to be tech savvy, to be updated, and that is what will force a path. And these are the opportunities that are coming in front of the new tech savvy young youth. They can also leverage this kind of technology. They have the time, they have the resources, and all these things. Information is going on, and they have to dive into this kind of information and they have to acquire and assimilate more knowledge. And it is more important today, to learn how to use ChatGPT in different way. Many things are happening, even I don't know everything, but I don't have time. I work in different industry, in banking industry, but I know exactly that banking industry is something that which adapts technology very faster. And that is what will be coming within 5 years. Everything will change. Every architecture of banking, especially technological dependence, will change. They will integrate AIs, they will bring more machines into it, because processing data is much more important for banking industry, and that is what will happen in upcoming days. The transformation will happen. That is why I don't want to be even left behind. I want to make a good people here. Don't go without subscribing my videos. If you want values, you have to stick to my videos. I know exactly that within 1 year I will transform your ability, especially your communication skills, your thought pattern, your spiritual ability as well. Sometimes I preach spirituality, and that is the essence of my mind, because I know that spirituality is one of the most special foundation, and spiritual knowledge shapes the reality. The transformation that comes easily, in physical world, your intuitive mind, your discernment abilities, your ability to invent new things, to acquire new knowledge, or to any kind of invention that happens, because the veils lift, then only your intuitive mind here works. Because there is a very thin line between your creativity, between your intelligence and the spiritual reality, because the world is different in a spiritual realm. You have to understand exactly how different forces work all the time and their realities, because many a time, if we are not aware, if we are not awake, we will be left behind. And spirituality is something that fosters real growth. First of all, you conceive here a dream, then you take actions, then its manifestation happens in physical reality. Maybe your activity is done that, but before you conceptualize here, the brewing of that very dream in your mind had implications, and that is what transformed everything that has come in physical reality, because of your thought process, because of the conceiving that dream in your mind, and that is what is the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm, first of all, transforms energy balance, and then only the physical realms grows. I will tell you exactly all the things, if you'll be clinging on to my channel, I just want to request you, cling for your own self. Thank you for listening to me, and for me as well, thank you for listening to me.